Eat tofu, not turkey, okay? That is the best way to be eco. Have yourself an eco little Christmas. Make your Yuletide green. Did you like it? You can have that one. That is my eco-friendly version of have yourself a merry little Christmas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, back once again with this festive behaviour. As you might have gathered already, this is going to be an eco-friendly guide to your Christmas and festive season. I hope you like my jumper. It's by a friend of mine and they are called Wear Your Voice. Eat tofu, not turkey, okay? That is the best way to be eco. And I don't know if they still make these particular jumpers, but I got this a few years ago and it's still going strong. And in fact, my dad's 6'4" and he fits into this jumper. So there's been a lot of us that have worn it. Kicking off with my charity shop mug I found. Do you love it? It cost £1 and it's got soy milk in it, hot soy milk, because I've kindly been sent some things from Mummy Meeks that I am going to be enjoying today with my hot soy milk. And if you haven't seen the video already, I made vegan Baileys. Yes, I did. So I'm gonna put some of that in my hot chocolate because this is about the only time of year that I have a little tipple. And it is a little tipple because I don't really drink, but I do love Baileys in hot chocolate. Now I'm vegan. I love vegan Baileys in hot chocolate. As I mentioned in my previous video, M&S do one, a vegan one, but it's expensive. Oh my God, look how cute that is. I don't think I can drink that. Oops. Oh, I've got to now. I've just cracked it. But how freaking cute is that? It's actually a bauble. I love it. Wow. So that goes into your hot chocolate intact, may I add, not broken. And then I'm just going to give you a close-up. So now you've seen the melt on that. Oh, it smells so good. The dog's rustling around. Bella, what are you doing? She's going through all the bits. Bella! So yeah, that's melting nicely and turning into hot chocolate. I mean, it's lovely on its own, but I am going to add some of my favourite. Just a dash, because this is quite strong as well. I didn't realise it would be that strong. Cheers, everyone. Love it so much. So let's get on with the video. I just want to show you how you can have a budget-friendly, more eco Christmas with the gifts you buy, how you wrap them, etc, etc, even down to your Christmas tree decorations, which I am aware my Christmas tree is looking a little sparse at the moment, but we are hopefully going to change that soon because I want to show you some of the things that I have made to decorate my Christmas tree with. I'm going to show you how to wrap presents in an eco-friendly way and just give you a few ideas. These are pointers, these are things I have done myself and tried out, and they seem to go down quite well. And with the right crowd, an eco-friendly Christmas is a fantastic way to go about things because we are creating so much waste in life at the moment, and it's unnecessary, it really is. Charity shops opened back up within the last couple of days, so I'm really happy about that. As I mentioned, I got this from a charity shop this morning. for just £1, and I love it. Handmade gifts, okay? So let's start at the very beginning. Homemade preserves. They are one of the easiest gifts you can make for people, okay? I do it now all the time. I've made tomato chutneys, I've made red onion chutneys, I've made jams out of all sorts of fruit, including grapes, which I didn't think you could do, but it can be done. Just Google recipes, see what you've got in your cupboards, buy what you need in terms of fresh fruit and veg, and try and make sure it's plastic free. Try and get it from your local greengrocers or markets so it's even cheaper, and just try it out. Here is a tomato chutney I've made, and this is a grape jam that I made as well out of loads of grapes I got. If you've seen my previous video about eco-friendly swaps, then you'll see there that that's where I got the grapes from. People love stuff like that, honestly. Don't think you can't do it, because you can. You just leave it. You chop whatever you need to up and just leave it until it cooks, and then save all your old jars. It's a great way to repurpose jars. Put a nice gift tag on, and which I will get to later, and Bob's your uncle, you've got a lovely gift for someone. Chutneys and preserves are so delicious in sandwiches and stuff, and they're vegan, so you're giving a vegan gift, and it looks like it comes from the heart, looks like you've taken care over it, which you have, and people generally, unless they're a right miserable twat, will appreciate something like that. Another thing that I made, you don't just have to make preserves and chutneys and things like that, make people drinks. This is the vegan Baileys I made in my last video, and I'll get onto what this is in the next part of this video, but just make something easy like that, honestly. It's so easy to do, and if people like that sort of thing, then they'll go mad for a homemade version. It means so much more to people if you've made something nice. Just give a bit more thought to it and make it for someone if you can. It doesn't have to be the only gift you give them, but it's an eco-friendly and cheap gift to give. There we are. Now, I'm going to be posting these on my Instagram soon. If you don't follow me already on Instagram, then I lost my tempeh on Instagram, and I'm actually doing a series of eco-friendly Christmas ideas for the next 24 days or so until Christmas. So on the lead up to Christmas, I'll be giving you ideas on how to become more eco-friendly with pictures, because it's Instagram. Make dog treats. If you've got someone in your life that loves their furry pooches, then make them some dog treats. My dogs love these. I got the kit from my grandma. She had some cookie cutters that she'd been given so she could make her own dog treats. She hadn't bothered, so I took the cutters off her because she said I could, and I made some dog treats, and they're literally the cutest thing I've ever seen, and the dogs absolutely go mad for them. I think I've got a dog down here that likes them. Bella, do you want a treat? I gave her a little bone. So they come in all different sizes, see, that's a tiny mini bone, that's a paw print. So I absolutely love them. Again, put them in a nice jar. You don't have to make hundreds of them, and then give them to someone that's got dogs, because if they love their dog, then they're gonna love something like that. Another idea, make things for people like scarves, even plant holders out of macrame and stuff. I have made, I'm not saying you have to go and do this, but I've crocheted, it's not a willy warmer, okay? I've crocheted a bottle holder, and you can put this then on bottles or coffee cups or anything, just to keep it warm. And I thought that was a really cute idea. Just make sure you tell people what you're giving them, otherwise they might get the wrong idea. So I thought that, knitting something, crocheting something. Knitting is really easy to pick up. If you don't think you can do it, then you probably can anyway. Make something, knit something, give them a scarf. Another gift idea. Make someone a mask. This has got little robins on it and stuff, this one, and then it's reversible for the rest of the year. And there's no reason why they wouldn't use that, because we all need to wear masks now, whether you agree with them or not. They are really useful. We don't know how long we're going to have to be using them for, so you might as well, right? Now, my next idea is making candles. Or, if you don't think you can make candles, buy from a local business. Here is a candle that I made a few years ago. Really easy to do. It's a bit dusty. And I put it in one of those goo pudding pots. So it's a really good way to reuse some of them. And then with the leftover soy wax I had from making the candle, I also made some soy wax wraps to wrap sandwiches and stuff in, which I've mentioned in my eco swaps video. If you give this to someone, it will encourage them to stop using bags. And if you give this to someone, everyone loves a candle, don't they? So give it a go. It's just another idea, and you can make it look really pretty and lovely. Failing all of that, just go to a charity shop and find things for people that they might like. If you know what sort of things they like reading, then buy them a book. If they collect certain items, you'll probably end up finding it at a charity shop. If you have a coffee lover in your life, I found this in a charity shop. It's a stovetop coffee maker, and I thought that was really cool. It's a teeny weeny one, but it was only £3, £2.95. So that's another great example of a present you can get for someone. And you can buy all sorts of things at charity shops, like watches and bracelets and things like that. Just collect things that you think people will like and pick them up for a couple of pounds and just gift them to people. We need to make second-hand gifts acceptable. There's too much shit in the world, there's too much plastic in the world, so just give the gift of second-hand. It's as simple as that. If you can't make anything that I've suggested, then just buy it second-hand. It's easy, okay? Another idea is to buy someone a magazine subscription. There's apps such as Readly where you can download vegan magazines and take a look through them. If you buy someone a subscription to a magazine, there's no paper wasted. They don't have to go to the shops and buy it. You don't have to go to the shops and buy it. They don't have to wait each month for it to come to their door. It's there already for them, and they can just browse at their own leisure, and then it's there saved. If they've got an account to Readly, then they've got access to so many magazines. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think more people should be doing that because it cuts back on paper wastage and everything. You know that I've worked for magazines, so I know that it's a really productive way of getting a magazine out there. So I completely agree with apps for magazines. I think they're a great idea. We'll be moving on now to actually wrapping your gifts. Now, some of you might like receiving Christmas cards. I personally do not see the point anymore. Please don't send me a Christmas card. I understand family members like to send them, and I get checks for Christmas and my birthday, which is on the 22nd, so very close to December, to Christmas. So I get cards with checks in. However, there are alternatives if you don't want to send a card. You can send something called e-cards, and basically the person gets a lovely animated thing via email if they have access to email, and it's basically their Christmas card. You can guarantee it gets to them because if you've got the right email address and it gets to them, it won't get, you don't have to rely on Royal Mail. You know that it won't get lost in the post. Same with advent calendars. I got this lovely interactive advent calendar from my mum a couple of years ago, and basically each day you open an advent window on screen on your computer instead of buying one from the shops. That moves me onto my next idea, advent calendars, is just buy a reusable one. Aldi have them at the moment. They have two varieties, in fact, and on my social media the other day I posted a picture of my reusable advent calendar. I think they're a fantastic idea, and I've seen in all the charity shops recently actual advent calendars that are already made or that you can make yourself, and you can just whip them out every year and put your own treats in, which makes them vegan friendly. I would highly recommend getting a reusable advent calendar. Next idea, if someone is sending you cards, keep the card and repurpose it. Cut the front of the card off, cut round the picture on the front, write someone's name on the back of it, attach it to a little label, and you've got yourself a gift card. Failing that, buy a wooden reusable one, just like these. So I now use these sorts of things every year. And you just buy these wooden ones. You can paint them yourself, paint someone's name on it, attach that to their present each year, and then ask for it back. That might sound tight, but if they care too, they're going to give it back to you and remember. And if not, then the next year, hopefully they can use these as a Christmas decoration, because these can also double up as a Christmas decoration. We actually made some of these ourselves one year and gave them to people, but we have a scroll saw, so that's another story. And we also made a mobile for my baby nephew. So I'll picture that up here. And we cut all those bits out ourselves. I hand painted it, but I haven't included it in this video as a gift to make for Christmas, because I understand not everyone has the equipment and the know-how on how to use that sort of things. And we also cut out things like this. However, I got these from a charity shop and they cost £1.50. So I'll either be putting them on gifts each year, or I'll be hanging them on the Christmas tree, like that. Reusable gift tags, they are a thing. Don't be ashamed of using them. And if you don't use reusable gift tags, make use of the cards you were sent last year and put them on gifts as gift tags. Next idea. Same as you would reuse gift tags, reuse bags. Please. Wrapping paper cannot be recycled. The only thing you can do with wrapping paper is either put it in the bin or on the fire, and that just makes it such a pointless thing, okay, for 5 minutes of viewing pleasure. You could wrap even your presents in newspaper. I have done this idea for the past few years, and you might think I'm crazy, but it's worked for me, okay? I buy shopping bags that are Christmas themed from supermarkets, because around this time of year they bring out bags that are Christmas themed, and I just have one for each member of the family, and I put all their gifts in this one bag. And that's a really sturdy gift bag then. It should last years and years and years, because it's designed to last years and years of shopping. Chances are some of the gifts you're giving them will already come in their individual boxes, so it's not like there's a load of presents all lumped in there at once, and then people can just sit there with their bag and open it. And then that was a bag I gave to my brother last year, and he gave it back to me so I can use it again this year. Another thing you can do is, because my aunt and grandma give me cheques each year, they receive gift bags, and they have just given me loads of old gift bags they don't need anymore, because they're not giving out gifts in gift bags. So that's another thing you can do. Save gift bags you're given and reuse them. But I think most people are probably doing that already, but just please try and avoid wrapping paper. You can get eco-friendly wrapping paper, but again, it's not the most ideal situation. So if you can reuse bags, please do. Another thing that you can do is just simply reuse actual gift wrap. This is all gift wrap here that I carefully undid the presents and saved it all. So just be careful and just be more conscious with how you're unwrapping your presents, okay? One more idea that you could use to wrap your presents is wrap presents in a beautiful scarf that you have found in a charity shop. I know Lush have been doing this for a few years, and there's tutorials online on how you can wrap presents with scarves and stuff, so look them up. I received this from a Lush pack that I got a few years ago, and it's basically just a really festive scarf that I could then tie round my head and use as a headscarf, and that was just wrapping toiletries in from Lush. And I thought that was such a lovely way of wrapping a gift, because not only are you wrapping it in something beautiful, it's reusable and they can use it as a fashion accessory. So I love that idea. You might find some books in a charity shop or something, and they came in a scarf like that, I'd be super chuffed with that. So yeah, that's my next idea on how to wrap gifts in an eco-friendly fashion. Next up, decorations. This has been my favourite part of this video, is making decorations for this sparse tree. My parents have a tree. This is the first year we've had a tree. The actual tree itself has been donated to me by my grandma, which was very kind of her, but she doesn't put up a tree anymore. She's getting old and she can't be bothered, and her dog attacks it, so she doesn't want to put up a tree anymore. That's the story behind my actual Christmas tree. I was undecided whether to get a plastic one or a real one, as in buy a plastic one from Facebook Marketplace, someone's selling it on there, so secondhand, or buy a real one and just keep it going each year. But then my grandma said I could have hers, so winning. The lights on that tree are also secondhand because I was given them by my aunt, and she doesn't put a tree up anymore, so she gave them to me. And then just little things like this. This is a handmade decoration. I painted this myself. It's actually a little squash from Bulgaria, and I did that when I was visiting my brother in Bulgaria recently. That was a super fun thing to do, making Christmas decorations. And then moving on to the actual decorations themselves, I actually found a huge pack of Christmas decorations in a charity shop, as I mentioned earlier on in this video, and that was £5, and it was, honestly, the pack was so big, it's so full of Christmas decorations. Yeah, a few of them were broken, but hardly worth crying about, you know. So that's how big the pack was. There's just a couple I haven't been able to use, and I can probably stick them back together. And then today I found another really cute Christmas decoration, but it's just a wooden Christmas tree. So I'm going to pop that one, I think, there. Moving on to more decorations. This is the part that I have really enjoyed. Salt dough decorations. There's so many things on online about salt dough decorations. I'll probably do a video about how to make salt dough decorations. And what I've done is I've made them in all shapes and sizes. I already have the cutters. I didn't go out and buy the cutters already. So there's a star for the top of the tree. You can't actually see that. Then there's a holly leaf that I'm going to put on there. Then I've made some other bits, like just plain ones that I can paint, and that's just a salt dough, and I made a hole in it before I started baking it. And these also double up as gift tags. So this one, I don't know if you can see that, but that has an S on it, so I can put that now on the person whose name begins with S in my family, and gift them the gift of a Christmas tree decoration, which also doubles up as a gift tag. I've made loads of these. These smell of cinnamon because I added some cinnamon. So we've got stars, we've got hearts, and I'm going to paint these. We've got bells, and then I made a couple of like paw prints from the same cookie cutters that I made the dog's treats out of. So we've got a little bone there as well that I can paint. So yeah, make things like salt dough decorations. Another thing I've done is dehydrated citrus fruit as decorations. These are oranges and grapefruit, and I've just cooked them for a long time in the dehydrator, but you can also do this in the oven. Again, it's quite a popular trend this year. I had a garland of citrus fruits from quite a while back, but it's all gone all sticky because I didn't store them properly. They were just outside in a house we've got outside, so they weren't properly stored. But so I made some more this year, and they can just go on the tree, and I think they'll look super pretty on there. So there's a couple more decorations. To hang things like this, I actually got this big bag of silver string from a charity shop. So that's another idea. Charity shops always have things like this. I've got twine here. I can't remember where I got that from, but that is eco-friendly twine. You can get hemp twine, so use that to hang your decorations with. I found this ribbon on the side of the road, so I can hang things on the ribbon here as well. Charity shops always have ribbon. Really good way to wrap presents and stuff as well. So there's another idea. Another thing that I have recently acquired comes in the form of this. Now, I'm not suggesting by any means that you try and make this yourself. I'm not sure I'd be able to make this myself, but a lady that lives opposite my grandma that I had never met in my entire life told me that she makes these out of milk bottle caps. Now, obviously milk bottle caps aren't vegan, so again, this isn't something that I can do with regular milk bottles, but she makes these out of milk bottle caps. And I thought that was absolutely beautiful, and she just gave one to me. Like, I'm not saying someone's just going to give you a Christmas tree decoration or a Christmas decoration, but she did for me, and I feel super lucky that she did. She came out later again and gave me this stocking, so I was so grateful for that. I'm not saying that you would be able to find something like that, but I mean, meant to be, right? I was going to make this video and she gave me both of these things, so I was super happy about that. That also brings me to stocking ideas. A great way of hanging presents is using stockings. My mum made this for me when I was a kid. Now, my mum's a super talented lady. My nickname's Ellie, by the way, in case you're wondering why it says Ellie. My name is Chantel, but my family call me Ellie. My mum is obviously super talented, and like, not everyone can do this. It's cross stitch, I think. And she made this for me years ago, but you can buy Christmas stockings again from charity shops and stuff. I have found so many Christmas decorations at charity shops, and the jumper I was wearing in my previous video on how to make the vegan Baileys, that was from a vintage shop. I found loads of Christmas jumpers in charity shops earlier. I found loads of Christmas decorations, and I also find Christmas fabric. That leads me on to probably one of the final things that I'm going to show you is this wreath here. Now, I made this wreath out of fabric that I had found from charity shops and some fabric I had laying around the house, and I just backed it with burlap coffee sacks that I'd received, tied it with that twine that I showed you before, and basically all I did was knot the rags around a wire I'd made, a wire circle I'd made from like a hardware store. I got the wire. So I was super happy with that, and that's a homemade wreath. But I've also shown you before the wreath I found from a charity shop. I found decorative lights from a charity shop. I found just bits and pieces to hang around your home. I showed you this Christmas tree that I found from a charity shop. So I would strongly recommend going into charity shops at the moment, seeing what you can pick up in terms of decorations. However, if you already have decorations, make use of them. I mean, there's no need for us to be shopping firsthand. So I think that just about rounds up this video. All I'm saying basically is just get creative, okay? You can make so many things yourself. You can make so many gifts yourself. You can make so many decorations yourself, and you can go to charity shops and find things yourself. I would strongly recommend doing that. It's a lot of fun as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope it's given you some ideas, and that you try and have a more eco-friendly and budget-friendly Christmas, because shopping firsthand can be quite expensive, and it's only for a short period of the year, but it's nice to make an effort because it's Christmas and we've had a bit of a shit year. So please subscribe to my channel if you find any of this information useful. I will be making more Christmas food videos as well. I've linked my vegan Baileys recipe to this video as well. So take care, folks, and until next time, stay safe, okay? Goodbye.